So I'm reading this book called You Are Not So Smart, Not Really Important Who It's By. But I came across this thing called the Texas Sharpshooter Fallacy. And basically it tells you that you take randomness into account when determining cause and effect. And it's a misconception. And then the truth is you tend to ignore random chance when the results seem meaningful or when you want a random event to have meaningful cause. No. So, what I came across was, what I really wanted to make a video about was, in the 1500s, think about that, the 1500s, that's a long time ago. It's not just 100 years ago. That's a couple hundred years ago. This happened a long time ago when he made this prediction. It was Nostradamus. And, he wrote something in, Latin, and they translated it. And it said this is often translated to, and I think that often is a little weird that it's in there, because it's often. Oh, it's not really, really there, is it? No. So this is often translated into, beasts wild with hunger will cross the rivers. The greatest part of the battle will be against Histo. He will cause great men to be dragged in a cage of iron when the son of Germany obeys no law. Now that kind of reminds you of what? Oh, World War II. Yes, World War II. Now, World War II happened in the 40s, in, 20th century. That's a long time. That is a great prediction. I mean, it wouldn't have happened for, what, 400 years? That's a great prediction. That should carry a lot of meaning. But he basically cuts it down. He said that's creepy considering it describes a guy with a tiny mustache born and about 400 years later. Here's another prophecy. Out of the deepest part of West Europe, from poor people, a young child shall be born, who with his tongue shall seduce many people. His fame shall increase in the Eastern Kingdom. Wow, Hitler sounds a lot like Hitler. And that second quatrain seems to drive it home. Actually, many of Nostradamus' predictions are about a guy from Germany who wages a great war and dies mysteriously. What are the odds? Well, the odds are pretty small, don't you think? Now, they went on to talk about how, when you're dazzled by the idea of Nostradamus' predicting Hitler, you ignore how he wrote almost 1,000 other ambiguous predictions, and most of them make no sense at all. Well, it's kind of important that he made one that's really, really important, isn't it? If you were trying to create a math formula, if you were trying to make Pythagorean theorem, if you were making the Pythagorean theorem and you came up with a squared plus b squared equals c squared, that's amazing. But what if you came up with 1 plus 1 is wrong? Like, what if 1 plus 1 equals 4? Well, if you kept doing that over and over again and you got it wrong, but you made one really good one, it would still carry a lot of power, wouldn't it? It would still have a lot of relevance, and it would still be a big thing. It would be a big deal. But no, apparently he says, well, if you have one good prediction and a lot of other bad ones, it doesn't weigh out. That doesn't seem right, does it? No, it doesn't, and I feel bad because I'm just ratting on this guy's book, but no, come on. And then he goes, when you find out that Histo is Latin for the name Danube River, well, you could have told us that, because, no, that's leading us to believe something else, and then telling us, oh, well, we just told you it was a lie, so it doesn't matter, and you believed it was wrong. No. So, this whole thing, and then he went on to say, well, if a cowboy shot at a barn, in the same place, relatively, and then went over and painted a bullseye where most of the bullets went, well, then it looks like he did a good job. Well, yeah, but that's not the same as saying, if you understand my frustration, thank you. I have to continue reading this book. I just picked it up a few minutes ago. I started reading it a year ago. This isn't important. I'll make more of these if I find more things that just really bug me about this book. Alright, talk to you later.